Welcome to Grade 9 Math Course Planning for students in Algebra 1. You'll be learning about the different types of courses offered in high school, the requirements for math, and how to use school links to create your 9th grade course plan. Let's get started. Plan your courses carefully. Your choices decide the high school courses that are offered. Students are reserving space in classes for Grade 9 and making a commitment to take those classes. You will lock in your 9th grade classes in a few weeks. Class changes are limited to adjust for proper placement or scheduling errors. Students requesting honors and advanced placement classes are making a full year-long commitment to honors and college-level work. Think about the time commitment for completing extra homework and independent projects and balancing sports, extracurricular, and family activities. If a requested class does not fit in the schedule, an alternate will be scheduled in its place. You'll choose alternates when counselors visit. Now let's hear from the math specialist.
Hi, this video is for students who are in Algebra 1 in middle school right now and forecasting for your 9th grade math class in high school. This flowchart shows all of the high school math courses offered across our district. Now, there are a lot listed there, and we're not going to talk through all of them today because what matters most to you right now are your first courses that everyone is required to take. So we are going to focus on the top of this flowchart, which is where you start in your high school math. Now, you're currently in Algebra 1, and if you pass all 3 trimesters, you will earn 1 credit of Algebra 1, which is required for high school graduation in our state. Also required for high school graduation is 1 credit of geometry. So everyone has to take a credit of algebra and a credit of geometry to graduate high school in Washington State. A 3rd credit of math is also required, and a 4th year is recommended. So if you once you complete Algebra 1, passing all 3 trimesters, you can choose a geometry course for your next course. Most schools have a choice between geometry and honors geometry. Honors geometry might go more in depth or at a faster pace compared to standard geometry. In Evergreen High School, geometry in construction is also an option. So after Algebra 1, you will take geometry. However, it is an option to retake Algebra 1 in high school. You might choose to retake Algebra 1 if you feel like you need to get a bit more solid with some of your algebra skills. Algebra is a foundation that other math classes are built on in high school. So it's important to have a solid understanding of algebra before moving on to other math courses. In high school, the algebra offerings are a little bit different than what you had this year in middle school, so I want to take some time to describe those 2 options to those of you who might choose to retake algebra in high school. Your choices for algebra are standard Algebra 1. Hopefully those units of study sound familiar on the left, so similar content to what you have been exposed to this year. Whereas coding with Algebra 1 is a math class that combines Algebra 1 with an introduction to computer programming and coding. So if coding is something of interest to you, you might choose to take coding with Algebra 1. Coding with Algebra 1 earns 1 credit of math, just like a regular Algebra 1, but in coding, that 1 credit also counts as a CTE credit. And in high school, for graduation, you have to earn a certain number of CTE credits. So this could partially satisfy that requirement. So let me go back to the main flowchart for a moment to remind you of your options. So if you pass all 3 trimesters of Algebra 1, you can take geometry next year, or you can choose to retake Algebra 1. Another option that's available to you is that you could take both at the same time. So you could choose to take Algebra 1 and geometry, or you could choose to take geometry and a 3rd year math, such as Algebra 2, if you want to double up on your math classes next year. Thanks for listening. Bye.
Let's pause for a minute. Now's a good time to pause the tutorial and think of any questions you might have about the kinds of courses you can take. Write them down and use the question form to get your questions answered. Now let's get started on your plan. After this tutorial is finished, you will log into School Links and begin planning your math courses. We are only choosing math courses at this time. Wait to plan your other subjects with your core teachers or counselors. They will have information to share that's important for you to consider when choosing your other core and elective classes. Once you are signed into School Links, there are two ways to find the course planner. Click on School from the side menu and then Course Planner, or click on the caret on the Submit Course Plan task from your to-do list and then go to Feature. Next, click Complete Plan to open the Welcome window. The school you will attend next year will display along with your graduation plan. Students attending Henrietta Lacks will see the Henrietta Lacks grad plan displayed. Your high school is set based on your school path and Skyward and can't be changed without an address change or an approved boundary exception. Boundary exceptions may not be approved until June. Students should plan for their current school assignment, and if approved, plans will be transferred. Click on the math icon to open the math section of your course planner. Most students currently enrolled in Algebra will select the 8th grade Algebra 1 math sequence. Click Add 8th grade Algebra 1 math sequence courses to choose geometry only. Click Add Standard Math Sequence courses if you want to review algebra skills before moving on, or students who did not pass all 3 trimesters of Algebra 1 this year. For students who want to take 2 math courses next year so that they can take even more advanced math courses in high school, click on Add Accelerated Math Sequence courses. Click the refresh icon to reset your math sequence. Here are the courses you can take to meet your Math 9 requirement. Your teacher will display a copy of the math flowchart at the end of this presentation to help guide you. Click Add another course to reveal the 9th grade math options. Geometry or an equivalent is required for 9th graders who took Algebra 1 in middle school unless you choose to retake it. Geometry is pre-selected for 9th grade students at Henrietta Lacks in the 8th grade Algebra 1 math sequence. Be sure to read about each course to find your best fit. Click on the question mark to reveal the course description. Don't forget that you are committing to a full year of your selection for the 9th grade. The letters that appear in the course show the type of credit earned, and the B means that the course meets the requirement for university admissions. Click on the course to add both semesters to your planner. If you change your mind, remove each semester course by clicking on the trash can icon and make another selection. Students who selected the accelerated math sequence must add both an algebra and geometry course. Click on the question mark and be sure to read the course descriptions before making your choice. Click the X at the top of the pop-up to close the course info pop-up window. Let's get to work. Sign into School Links and click on the Course Planner link from the School menu. Click on the Math icon from the menu at the top of the Welcome page, then click on Add another course to view course selections. Choose 1 credit of Algebra for grade 9 from the Standard Math sequence, or Algebra 1 and Geometry from the Accelerated Math sequence. Don't forget to read the course description and look for any prerequisites. Pause here to refer to the math flowchart to see what courses are available for your next sequence in math. As a reminder, you'll be getting important information from high school counselors to help you make choices about electives and other year-independent requirements in the coming weeks. Good luck! Now it's your turn to work.